Okay, welcome to our last section in Chapter 20, which is on estimating inventory. We're going to learn about using our percentage of gross profit in order to estimate our cost of merchandise inventory. So there is a way that businesses can use a percentage of our gross profit on operations in order to calculate or estimate, I should say, our ending inventory for the previous year. And that is called the gross profit method of estimating inventory. Now, with this method, it's often used to estimate the cost of the ending inventory that gets reported on our financial statements. Now, the reason that this method is even used or talked about, or why you need to be aware of it, is because it is very, very, very much less expensive than doing an inventory by a physical inventory. Because remember, with a physical inventory, typically businesses shut down their stores. So obviously, when you shut down a store, you're losing money. And maintaining a perpetual inventory system, like where we have point of sale systems or scanning UPS or UPC codes, and we're storing everything in a computer ledger, that gets very expensive to maintain. So when we use the gross profit method of estimating inventory, we're saving a lot of money. So that is a reason why businesses consider using that. So in order to do this calculation, it is a little cumbersome. We have to have four different values, and we need to know where those four values are going to come from. We need to know our actual net sales, which is going to be found in our general ledger. We're also going to need our net purchases amount, which is also going to be found in our general ledger. Then we need to know our beginning inventory amount. That's going to be found on our prior period's financial statement. And then we also need to have a gross profit percentage. Now, this one is one that's going to be estimated by management based upon the previous year's actual percentage. So this one might fluctuate from year to year. As you can see, it says it's adjusted for any significant changes that might happen based on economic conditions. So we need those four amounts: net sales, net purchases, beginning inventory, and a gross profit percentage in order to calculate this estimation. So what that actually looks like is step one is we take our beginning inventory from January 1st, and we take any purchases that we made during January. So from January 1 to January 31st, we add those two together, and that's going to equal our cost of merchandise available for sale, which makes sense. Whatever our beginning inventory was plus anything that we have available is going to equal the merchandise that we have available for sale for our customers. Step two is that we take our net sales from January and we multiply that by our previous year's gross profit percentage, which remember is that percentage that is set by management. It can fluctuate from year to year. So we take net sales times that amount, and we end up with our estimated gross profit on operations. So what's the profit we're making based on operating our business? Step two is that we take our net sales and subtract out that gross profit on operations. So again, the sales amount plus or minus the amount that you found in step two, right here, okay, equals our estimated cost of merchandise sold, which makes sense, right? You would take your sales minus your gross profit, and that's how much that you sold in order to make things happen. And our final step four is that we take our cost of merchandise available for sale, which is the amount that we found in step one, okay? We subtract out our estimated cost of merchandise sold, the amount we found in step three, and that equals our estimated ending merchandise inventory. And that's the number that we've been looking for this entire time. So you can see how some of the numbers that you find in the steps have to get transferred down in order to figure out your ending estimate of merchandise inventory. Now, if you wanted to do this, we just did it for an annual. We can do this for other months as well. So when the gross profit method of estimating inventory gets used for months other than the first month of the fiscal period, the process is the exact same, except that you would need to adjust your numbers based on whatever month that you're working in, which is something that is feasible. You just have to remember where your numbers are coming from. So it's a very short lesson today, not very much. We're going to head over to 20-3, work together, and tackle that.